In this video, we are going to explain what the different personality colour types are that exist in the Insights Discovery model and how each one tends to respond and behave. Now, if you've not done a personality profile before, really doesn't matter. Explore the different types with us in this video and think about which ones you tend to favour and how to interact with the different types.
Understanding your personality and preferences can make a huge difference to how you interact with other people and how they perceive you and your experience in life in general. This video is part of a series introducing personality profiling tools, how to interpret them and how to apply them. Ahoy! Peter and Bryce here from Brighter Training, and welcome to our second video on the Insights Discovery model. Whether you're new to our channel or an existing follower, welcome! Remember, you can use the timestamps in the description below if you need to come back and review a specific section of the video. And of course, if you find these videos useful, please remember to hit like and subscribe. So we're about to introduce the 4 core colour elements of the Insights Discovery model. As we go through each one, I'd like you to consider the following. When do you use each colour? How does it make you feel when you use it? And how does it feel when other people use it around you? Before I jump in, I'm doing my standard disclaimer here. This is a tool to explore preferences, perception, and behaviour. Everyone can demonstrate all behaviours and can use all colour energies, and will use each colour with different intentions. People are also more than their profiles. Their personalities are made up of life and work experience, emotional intelligence, skills and training, choices and interests. So no colour is better or worse than any other colour. And finally, the colours are not an indication of capability. So with that out of the way, let's look at the different colours. In Insights Discovery, we use the term energies when talking about the colours, which I really like. It turns it into a tool rather than a label. So we say things like, when you channel red energy, or people with a preference for blue energy, rather than labelling people as a colour. And the 4 colour energies are fiery red, cool blue, sunshine yellow, and earth green.
Individuals with a preference for fiery red energy tend to be single-minded and determined in their focus on results and approach others in a direct and straightforward manner. They seek an outcome that is specific and tangible. They tend to be decisive and directive, and it doesn't mean that they're right or that they know what they're doing, but they'll make a decision and take action regardless. Because they're focused on action, they don't always stop to consider if they are right or how other people may feel or think. Their energy says, do it my way, or let's get it done. They thrive on challenge, and they tend to be less sensitive to the individuals involved. So it's an energy that's all about action orientation, being bold and results focused. When people use fiery red energy, they like things to move at a fast pace with a vision or a plan identified to make progress. They're not interested in talking things to death. They may say things like, so what, or what's next? And they may be telling rather than asking. If we were to assign a quote to them, it would be brief, be bright, and be gone.
Now, cool blue energy is a questioning, observant, and analytical energy. Someone with a high preference for blue energy will likely seek to understand first, preferring to lay out all of the facts and assess the possibilities before making a decision. Cool blue energy likes to be prepared, preferring to do some thinking in advance before having to share ideas with others, and they may say things like, I just need some time to think about that. If you have a strong blue preference, you're probably thinking, why am I watching this? When am I going to learn the actual process, and how scientifically valid is all this anyway? Individuals with a preference for cool blue energy desire to know and understand the world around them. They usually maintain a detached and objective standpoint and value independence and intellect. They like to think things through before committing to action and like information to be accurate and complete before proceeding. They also usually hate being put on the spot and like time to prepare for meetings. Their quote would be, give me the details.
So the opposite of blue is sunshine yellow. Now they say people with a strong yellow preference will have more ideas in an afternoon that most other people will have in a month. But getting them to actually follow through on any of them is a completely different story. They enjoy the creative process, exploring options and possibilities of tomorrow. They like to move from one idea or activity to another, and they can become completely committed to an idea while it's shiny and new, and then discard it within a few weeks if it loses its excitement. Socially, they're outgoing, sociable, and dynamic. So when people use this energy, they appear friendly and persuasive and animated. They're concerned with the group dynamic, and they like to ensure that everyone is included. We often say that they have a one-to-many connection when it comes to social situations. Now you'll often hear them across the office and they're usually always speaking, so if you're an ideas person, talkative, demonstrative and enthusiastic, then chances are that you have a strong preference for yellow energy. Now their quote is "involve me," or as I prefer to say, "pay attention to me."
Finally, we have earth green energy, and as you can probably guess, people with this preference tend to consider feelings and relationships and are sensitive to the values implicit in people's actions. It's more on the introverted side and is the opposite of the red energy on the colour wheel. They can be slow or reluctant to modify their personal values, despite the apparent logic of an argument or situation, and they place strong value on relationships. At work, they tend to foster democratic relationships that value the individual. Earth green energy is calming, nurturing and supportive. They deeply listen and care about the individual and their experience. Whereas sunshine yellow energy is a one-to-many relationship expert, earth green energy is a one-to-one relationship expert. How values are lived and upheld is of great importance. It is a quieter energy, enjoying the depth of the relationship with a select few rather than a huge circle of friends. Their quote is, "Show me you care." So we've covered the main colours. Which one do you think may be your preference? Remember, these are preferences. You can use all of them, and you will tap into different colour energies in different situations. It's just useful to know your preferences so that you can be aware of your reactions in different scenarios.
So we're familiar with the different colours on a good day, but what happens when you're having a bad day and the stress levels start to rise? Now we tend to see the various qualities become intensified, and the important thing to recognise here is that it's how you may be perceived by other people that are interacting with you. Now red energy, they want to make things happen better or faster, so their opposite colour, green, may really perceive this as being arrogant or aggressive. So if things aren't working, they'll dial up the energy and take control, get things done. Now blue energy usually like time to process, so when they perceive that they're being rushed, they will resist or withdraw by nitpicking or questioning or focusing on inconsequential details in order to have more time and to stop feeling pressured. Now yellow energy thrives on involvement, so if they're excluded or they're forced to just get things done, they can really turn up the volume and try to get noticed or try to have a voice or to make things interesting again. And for green energy on a bad day, they may feel something of great importance is not being valued, and unlike yellow, which becomes loud, or red, which becomes dominating, green tends to withdraw in quiet resistance, so they prefer a democratic approach, so they'll usually avoid confrontation. So even though they can appear docile, it's likely that they have a very strong opinion. So can you relate to any of that? Perhaps you can recognise different responses in the people that you live or work with. Now there's of course a lot more to explore with the colours. For example, on a really bad day, people tend to flip out on the wheel and jump to a completely different colour energy. And this is something that we explore in detail in the live training, including how the different colours approach things like meetings or stress management and conflict. So contact us directly to discuss training for your team. Our contact details are in the description below. The important thing to take away from this is that if you can identify your preferred style and what colour energy people are working with in your life, then you can become aware of choosing the best communication styles and find the best ways to offer the most support and minimise any conflict.
So we'll finish up here. Remember, you are capable of using all the different colour energies, and even though you will have a preference, once you become more self-aware, you'll be able to recognise responses within yourself and can choose to channel a different colour energy if you think it'll be more useful. It is also a powerful tool to help you recognise different styles other people are using so that you can respond with a style that complements and supports them. Take the time to reflect and think about the people around you and how you can use this to build stronger connections. And in our next video, we will look at the various psychological preferences people have, including introversion and extroversion. So, what colour energy do you most relate to? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.